In this tutorial, what we're going to be looking at is simply alternate page layouts. As you'll find in many websites, not all pages look the same or carry the exact same design elements with it. What we're going to do here is just show how you could maybe modify your page to have a simple look but still look professional at the same time. So as you can see here, I've cloned the index link to an About Us link. And I'm going to repurpose this section here to have a different look. Something similar to a 3-columned area with 3 headings and a picture below. So here's what's nice about Dreamweaver is we can take this, go to Table, and simply insert rows or columns. So we want to insert 2 columns after, and you can see we have them here now. And we know this is 1,000 pixels, so we're going to have to break them into basically 2 333 and 1 334 pixels in width object. So to do that, we can just do in the headers right here. Click on the first row, top column right here, and go width in the properties section below here, 333. In the middle, we'll do 334, and in the last one again 333. So now we have our 3 sections here. H1 tags may be too large since it's broken into 3, so we might want to go with H2. And then maybe this one could be organic SEO, HTML5/CSS. So I'm just putting some dummy placeholders here. And we'll want to highlight them, format them to H2 tags. You can do it like that, or you can right click and wrap the tag with H2, enter, enter, and it'll have the same effect. So if you were trying to maybe highlight services, something like that. Now you might think this doesn't look very nice since it's left justified. If you remember, we made that class previously to have things centered. So now we can reuse that link, or reuse this rule to center these objects. And we're just referencing off of that hyperlink rule, or which you may have at your website, which is text-centered. And I'm just going to cut this up a bit to show how this can be laid out nicely. Now you're going to see that there's differing levels and heights here, so it can look kind of lopsided. An easy way to solve this is just click into the object, and in the properties section you'll see vert default. Just select top. And now you have kind of 3 areas. Now say you're thinking, you know, they're just too close together, the text. It looks like they're bleeding on each other. We're going to create another rule. So in the CSS designer, we'll add a selector, and we'll call it just say text spacing. And we're just going to add a simple rule called padding. And that's just where we want the distance between the objects to be, 15 pixels. And we can apply that class now onto the table cell, which is TD class of text spacing. And we'll do that for this one too, class text spacing. And again for this one, class text spacing. And when we preview it, now you can see that the text is a little more better spaced out. What you may be thinking though is there's too much of a gap now between the heading and the text. That's because we set a spacing rule for all areas of the padding. So what we need to do is go into the CSS text spacing targeted rule. You can do that by just clicking in these edit rule. Go to the box section, and now you can see the padding is 15 pixels for everything. Uncheck same for all. Remove the top padding, like so, and press OK. Now when we preview, it's a lot cleaner looking in that aspect. And if you wanted, you could, like I said, you could add a picture above or even a picture below. It's really what you would see fit for the situation here. To do that, all you'd have to do, again, is on the cell that you want to add above or below, you'd right-click, Table, Insert Rows or Columns, and you'd want it to be above the selection, one row. Now you have something here. Now I don't have an image to put in, so I'm just going to fill it with a quick table example to give you context to this. So I'm just creating a quick dummy table that's 250 by 250. Just put a simple color inside of it for now. And now, if you were to have images there, which you could later crop in Photoshop, you have just a simple layout now that allows you to have, maybe you'd make a smaller banner or a call to action here with some text, our services or anything you want to do for your simple site since you have creative freedom. Your images highlighting on that service, their headings, and their content. Now it looks maybe a little funny with the garbled text on there, but once you really start giving it context, it will look quite nice. That's it for this tutorial on alternative layout methods, and there'll be more to come in the intermediate section.